The year is 2024. You need to do some performance testing and do a quick search. There are many results, but only one matters. But what makes JMeter the GOAT? Unlike its competitors, it doesn't take 2 weeks to receive an email from the sales team giving you access. You can record HTTP traffic straight into its native application. You don't need to configure every single API request just to be able to measure API response times. You can run it either locally or from cloud-based VMs and have access to graphs that immediately show you how response times are. You don't need to team up with Excel to be able to get basic visualizations. Remember that time you wanted to measure HTTP TLS handshaking time? Yeah, I didn't think so. And the best part of all, it's completely free. It's this price point that really separates it from the competition. The other tools might exceed JMeter in a particular area, say LoadRunner's reporting capability, but the insane amount of money that LoadRunner charges for this does not make it worth it in the slightest. Then the bells and whistles they tack onto the product barely help in the scripting or reporting area. Look at Neoload for example. Their first feature they want advertised is their continuous performance testing integration, but who cares? Performance testing isn't something you want to run constantly, and you're better off directing your resources to improving your application, rather than trying to get a performance test to run at a push of a button. Next, quote, Neoload simplifies and scales performance testing for everything. Is it really that hard to go into AWS console, select your VMs, click the drop-down and change the instance size? If only I had some sort of paid tool to remove this complicated process of clicking a button once every 3 months. And for the finale, end-to-end application testing through innovative protocol and browser-based capabilities, also known as pressing F12 on your keyboard and looking at the Performance tab. And the fun doesn't stop with Neoload. LoadRunner apparently makes it simpler by offering far more protocols than you can ever want, or forcing you to use their IDE that crashes way too often and locked into only working in their environment, which makes it an absolute pain to move away from. Almost like it was designed that way. Even some of the more freer tools try to lock you into crazy service contracts. Gatling charges €90 a month and you only get one 1-hour test, which is entirely useless. So you'll need to go up a tier, which is €350 a month, and they still cheat you by only giving 5 hours. Compare this to AWS, where a T3 large instance is, wait for it, 10 cents per hour, which would be a 70,000% markup. This is where the power of JMeter comes in. It has one job to perform and it gives you all that access without the bloat of a paid tool. You script, you configure, you run, then you report. You don't need to hassle the client you're working for to pay for a license, which you then have to set up on every load generator and pray that your VU gem pool doesn't run out because someone forgot a config and you need to rerun the test again. Until the others start charging reasonable prices and allow you to run more than a couple performance tests, I think JMeter will stay on top for a long time.